Testing? Thought it was me? Yeah, sorry about that, everyone. I don't know why my connection just cut out for a few seconds. It was like everything here, 100% on my end. Everyone in this game has a trauma that they're going through, whether it's religious, mental, physical, emotional. All the companion quest lines are about coping with the trauma, finding ways to deal with it. So many parallels to companion quest lines that touch another companion, even reality, which just makes the game so interesting. Yeah, it's complicated. None of it's straightforward. Yeah, they agree for a duel if you pursue the dialogue. Yeah, and then Chart will just jump her in her sleep, and not in the fun way. Well, I mean, it looks a little fun, but yeah, that's true. It's a big Char trying to shut you down. Anyways, the Starion approaches you when you're asleep. It's hardly the best moral approach. This is a deflection twister. This is you moving the goalpost. Remember, the claim was Astarion tries to kill you. No, he doesn't. Other stuff is separate. Once again, I mentioned that. Yeah, he's held responsible if something happens to you because, he kills you, but he is not running around trying to kill you. It is an accidental death because he's doing something he has no business doing, but that's different than Shadowheart actively planning Lae'zel's murder over the course of like 5 different conversations. These are not the same thing. Lae'zel started it with the death threats. We saw the Nautiloid very differently. Because literally on the Nautiloid, Shadowheart is the one who starts their antagonistic relationship. Lae'zel's like, hey, we should escape. Now, sure, Lae'zel's not really in favor of stopping to free Shadowheart because she's like, hey, we should escape. But Shadowheart's the one who starts throwing barbs. So I'm detecting a bit of a bias here because I'm just going off of what happens in the game. And saying Lae'zel started it with death threats and only lowers her threats to a duel when the leader of the group starts noticing, that is not at all true, because if you wake up, walk over, and click leave and go to bed at the very start of the conversation, you don't hear the arrangement of a duel at all, and you still wake up later with Shadowheart holding a knife to Lae'zel's throat. Even if you're not present, that still happens. I find that a lot of people conflate Lae'zel being an asshole with her actually having ill intent towards anyone in the group, and she doesn't. In her view, she just doesn't have time for that.
You know these words. They are from the. Is
You, the most evil run Shard is also the one who improves the most? Depends. Approvals you get from Shadowheart and Astarion and Lae'zel shift depending on which route you're sending them down. I think Mandara still approves of the most evil things. Even versus evil Shark.
A chair leg could make for a fine weapon.
Never wanted the easy path.
I thought it was pretty apparent that she hates the party's infected, including herself. Yeah, she just wants to get rid of the infection. That's Lae'zel's only motivation. Well, not only. Her second motivation is she wants to prove herself to Blacketh, which is the way that she can come into conflict with you. That specifically. There's actually two. There's two. There's that, and later on, once she has attached the same motivation to Orpheus instead of Lakith, you can get her into conflict with you by attacking Voss in Act 3. But each time, she doesn't have beef with the party unless they're acting against, like, her liege lord. I missed reading a particular book. But hey, I learned something today.
No traps, please.
I didn't get in a fight. There's a backup dialogue option. That's cool. Lae'zel knows she has 5 minutes of life and it's possible if you're being nice, it's not on top of her list, and that's fair. I agree. Gith versus Mind Flayers seem to be a long-running conflict. I mean, Githyanki, much like Dwergar, were enslaved by Mind Flayers at one point in time, correct? That's a pretty big beef. Carry Githyanki relic, I'll have an explanation over your head. Lae'zel's words to Shadowheart during the artifact conflict just before the leader of the group notices the discussion. She's just smart enough to bring up dual possibility a few months later. Again, Twister, you are selectively targeting things. While yes, that is how Lae'zel starts the part of the conversation we hear, you are sidestepping the part that I mentioned where if you go to bed on the first dialogue option, the mention of the duel never happens. So if you are claiming that Lae'zel brings up the duel because you're there, that's false. Because you can go to bed and never hear her mention the duel at all. And you will still wake up to Shadowheart trying to kill Lae'zel. You are being selective. As I mentioned a moment ago, the thing that will have Lae'zel come into conflict with the party involve when she thinks you are directly undermining Lakith or Orpheus, depending on her path. In that conversation, she's putting Shadowheart in that category. Asking for an explanation, though, so. And if you go through that as Origin Shadowheart and you give her the explanation, what Lae'zel does, she goes, okay, I'm satisfied. And you can even have an option to be like, that's it? She's like, yeah, that's it. She really just wants an explanation. I guess sent the book to camp. You think, Sydney? Yeah, probably did. Let's see. It's not that one. I did not. Discovering Balatro Twitch chat has been an eye-opening experience. Love you all. Famously illiterate Balatro chatters, yes. Alright, retrace my steps here. What did I do with this? The book that was over here. I don't have to go through the rigmarole of dealing with Bernard for the light. But I may have to because I misplaced this important book. Lae'zel can side with the party over Voss at the Mountain Pass 2. She'll lie to cover you in Shadowheart. You have to kind of convince her to do that, though, right? You have to at least, like, flag her down. But, yeah, that's true. She, at the very least, will not throw anyone under the bus in that encounter. That's the one I don't want to read. Will Gloves of Automaton make you immune to Cazador's Blight? No. Gloves of the Automaton add the construct tag, they don't remove your other tags. This is why it doesn't give you immunity to hold person. I don't have the option that I want. Huh. Oh well. Deal with it later. I read the one next to the Archer, Brother Bernard. That doesn't do what I want it to do. That one just gives you a healing potion. I don't care about that one.
Welcome back. Have you made any... It's curious. Truly remarkable.
Are you looking to have it open your mind?
As it fit.
That's the lava, and even without, but not to worry. The design was...
And hug? I got the hug already.
But there may be a way... But Timusks...
I was able to use the hug dialogue option to account for not having the other dialogue option somehow, and I didn't know that was a thing I could do.
You must drink the entire...
Yes. The world loses its edges, its finer boundaries. You are fluid, but trapped, like a creature suspended. That fear pierces your mind like knives of ice. The parasite digs deeper. The
That lava, such an... I would offer it as a gift, but in truth, the ring is priceless.
But yeah, companion discussion is interesting because for all of them, Act 1, there's a lot going on.
I greet you, son.
I think that's a big component of why so many people like Act 1. Because you get, like, the amount of companion interactions you would get in another RPG's entire playthrough just in the first act.
Welcome back. I do enjoy a good bargain. If anything in my private collection is to your liking.
Can't believe you skipped the praise game. Listen. I should consider getting this stone skin. Spin message about? I DC'd. NPC can't see through her face because of this big hat. Should give her advantage for checks. What, deception checks? Having a good poker face because of the hat.
Very well. How is your more personal research progressing?
Alright. 7,000 XP to level 7. I have a nature proficiency. Alright. Mole's gotta have a concussion. hate having low strength. Actually the worst. Just can't jump places, man. Feels bad. Strength, still low strength? You're right, it is. I'm glad we agree. Seems like a lot of the lower value damage items do well in Piercing Arrow. Caustic Band, Legacy of the Masters, Broodmother's Legacy could replace Helldusk if I'm focusing on Vaults. Can't crit usually. I ended up doing a lot of Broodmothers on both of my Arcane Archer runs that I've done on stream. I guess I've done 3. But yeah, I really like Broodmothers for it, because coding is hard to get value out of. For Piercing Arrow. Glove slot, you have a lot of options. Yeah, you got Helldusk. Legacy of the Masters is a flat damage option. Unless... As long as that works differently than Gloves of Archery, then yeah. Because Gloves of Archery don't work, if I recall. Like, Sharpshooter doesn't, and I think Archery applies the same way Sharpshooter does. Fact check me on that. What else did I like in Gloves? I did a lot of Icarus gloves. You tested Legacy? Gotcha. I did a lot of Icarus gloves. That was fun.
I had a feeling you'd be back.
Do I need another Guileful? I don't think I do. Let's get it anyway.
Anything else? You've been a friend to us.
You have the 1d4 Fear from Banshee on every fear target in the AoE? Yes, you do.
That's a friendly looking shadow.
Love Bow the Banshee, it's sick.
One day I'll catch a break.
Okay, Sme. How am I doing today? I'm doing okay. How are you? Now, this is me live testing something. If I fuck this up too badly, I am gonna save scum the shit out of this. Oh, okay. Not going for it. We'll say it's impressive the Blotcher Twitch chat I was in was worse than the League chat I've seen. Nothing worse than people who, think they know better than people that can read.
Progress.
So I want this guy. At least here. I wonder if a Gale answer to this is just stealth telekinesis. This'll wait then. I don't like the song? Yeah. I could make my way over to Slippery Chain.
This calls for careful footwork.
Oh, it's a light weapon. That'll...
Time to press ahead.
They're pretty chill as long as you stay out of the dialogue trigger. I could get risky there. I'm going to not. They're so devious with that tucked torch stalk. Yeah. Tucked torch stalk would be a good drag name too.
Don't give me trouble now.
Maybe not. Slippery Chain's a fun armor that I rarely use. Clip it for change of pace. My wife showed me an Instagram reels of a great drag queen, the awesome name, Tara Dickhoff. No notes. That is awesome. Any fights to pick? Give it a lure. I got some termination paper I gotta go sign. Ugh. Bullshit, whatever. Have a great stream. Thanks, Gigi. I hope your day rapidly improves. From here, do you kill a companion for Ball's Blessing? You wait for minor illusion access somehow? That's what I'm thinking about. I'm kind of back and forth. There's some stuff I want to do that I want to hit level 7 for, but it's technically not urgent. As long as I kill Minthara and don't go to Moonrise, I think I'm fine to just kind of take my time for that.
For more. These tracks.
Like, I could kill a companion. But there's not any candidates that I really want to do that for. Technically, Lae'zel would be a good option. It'd be Lae'zel or Karlach in this specific run. But meh. Be cheap about it and respec for it. I could. Could do that to get Shovel too. Like, it's not a bad idea, and I likely should. What about the amulet from Omelum still?
Yes, she is cataloging corpse.
So in terms of armors, let's talk about that real quick. I'm just kind of rotating between stuff I think would be funny until we get the blue Dark Justiciar half-plate, and then that's going to be my armor, like, full-time, possibly even for the rest of the game. It's medium armor with 2 damage reduction, as long as I have Shield of Faith.
I greet you, son.
No purple. Killing Galen feels bad. And if I let her live, then I get the prison fight, and I can do big Radiance of the Dawn in the prison. Shadespell Circlet's an early +1 spell save DC option in that slot, but like, I'm kind of past the point where I would really consider buying it.
May your travel.
Because we're not that far off Fistbreaker home.
Welcome back. I do enjoy a good bargain, if anything in my private collection is to your liking.
I have a fire shield for knocking out Minthara during Grove Defense. What's that hat? It's from a mod. It's just fancy hat. I just think it's cool. So we're fancy hat gamers.
Is my species evolving?
Just realized the absurdity of wearing a hat in the Underdark. Hey, if Jarlaxle can do it, I can do it. Fashion. For Rika specifically, I should disguise.
Breathe quiet. Move with care.
More goblins.
You were witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cells.
Can't slow down.
Staring for 6 seconds. Yeah. I've never tried to set up this glyph this early. It might accidentally trigger the game thinking I'm raiding the Grove, by the way.
Find somewhere to camp.
Pretty big gamble. But sometimes you gotta science.
Don't waste a step.
Not gonna trigger it yet. I still have to go save Halson, among other things, but... Prepping. 1/3 level spell slot and 1 channel divinity. That's a Radiance of the Dawn and a Spirit Guardians. guess I could feasibly save Allison with that. Doing grow raid for fast level 7? Yeah, that's part of the motivation.
All right, time to skulk about.
It wouldn't end my turn while I had his inventory open. It's interesting.
Should mind my step.
What am I doing? I don't want to knock out Minthara. I need her to die this run. Keep forgetting. Do I?
No helping.
Yeah, I do.
We're exposed now.
How long until Roland shows off his
Yeah, I do. I don't have a spell slot for Murkon right now. I'm gonna want to prep Calm Emotions for that. I'll do that now so I don't forget by the time it's like actually time to do that. But I can't do it at the moment. Kill them eventually. Not yet. I got some time. Alright, more Goblin Camp stuff. I could use this 3rd level spell slot on a Scorching Ray on one of these guys, and then long rest.
If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine.
And the other one's still alive.
Deep and move.
That's fine. Spell Sparkler would have been better here, but... Thank you, Night Singer's reply. My goat.
If not over, then through.
Really need to do Bite Club Scorching Ray build. It's very funny. Am I strong enough to do this? Yes.
Anything of use?
It's kind of awesome that what happens to be my favorite, like, general monk spec does include the ability to do, Bite Club. Get rerolls on retaliation if they hit you with melee when you're holding King's Knife. No. Retaliation effects will use the enemy's rerolls, not yours. So, like, if you're fighting Moonrise Paladins, their great weapon fighting will apply to your retaliations. Through the scrying, I fast traveled while it was in the air, so I wasn't there when it died. They'll probably be doing a crime response when I get back, but that's why you get the agonizing blast from the Mephits in Harlock fight. Yes. Because the enemy did an attack that caused damage attributed to you. It's still their attack, but it's your damage. Now that doesn't quite... Like, that's a practical explanation, not a mechanical one, because if you use Stage Fright or Purple DJ Half-Plate, yeah, you just noticed. That isn't your damage. That's their damage. And it gets, their Agonizing Blast. But it's largely the same, just with the exception that the owner of the damage is different. Hey, Gingerbeard 1, thank you so much for the raid. How is your run going? Welcome in. Yeah, if you guys don't know me, I'm Quag. I do RPG challenge runs. Mostly Baldur's Gate 3, like 99% Baldur's Gate 3 at this point. I'm doing a chill Light Cleric solo honor. I've played... Cleric is my favorite class. My second ever solo honor clear was a Light Cleric, but that was quite a while ago, and I want to play the class again with more game knowledge. We got a mod that adds some extra enemies to some encounters that I haven't used before, so kind of seeing that as I go through. Lost a run of the gift today, started new just at level 4. Hey, sorry to hear about your loss, but glad to hear the new one's making progress. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm doing well. Chilling, enjoying this run. Going a bit harder on XP than I normally do. And I'm normally pretty enthusiastic about XP. But, trying to do some stuff that requires level 7. We'll get there eventually.
Need something?
Do I want a Hunter's Dagger? It's okay, I don't need it. Offload some of my regular daggers.
Pleasure.
I gotta put my cool hat back on. The cool hat is very important. Can you get the transmog mod? Yeah. But this is funny. Randomizer cooked so hard this run, it really did. As much as I want to use this Channel Divinity, I'm having trouble thinking of a place to do so safely right now. Like, I don't want to bite off more than I can handle. I never dealt with the red caps. Never dealt with the red caps. That's what I gotta do. Oh, they're actually still neutral.
Never wanted the easy
Why?
path. Very well.
Oh, and there are more of you than there normally are. Okay. Maybe I don't have to deal with them.
Moving in.
Okay. I guess it's because I never pissed off Ethel up here. We were just kind of chill, and then I went downstairs. So they can stay for a while. It's a long rest. Gale, you want to show me a magic trick? I'm talking about its penis.
How can I help?
He doesn't.
Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
I do want that wall of fire. No rest events? Man, I am resting entirely too much.
There's something I've been wanting to share with you. Use the... I'm sure. How... I don't remember. That's all I... Normally I'd agree to try and salve myself would do nothing but shame me in the Night Singer's eyes. Perhaps you're right. But there's little we can do about it, just follow...
It's my approval with her. Like, I'm not trying, but it's 54 with no effort at all.
Blessings upon you. If you're sure, take...
She's like, hey. Hi. It me. Gale doesn't want to talk, but she does. It's the ring that I wanted from Bernard? Yeah. I can just kill him for it. It's fine. It'll just be slightly more effort. I like the hat. Yeah, it's stupid easy to get a high approval of shadow art. Yeah, it just kind of happens. Especially if you rest a lot. Maybe it's a short romance type run after all. Yeah, might be. Might be. Still have the Threadbare book. I didn't see it anywhere. That's what I was looking for. Might have sold it to someone. I don't care enough to check right now. I know what I was looking for, Nika. What I needed wasn't the question. It was why I didn't have it was the question. But, I'm good for now.
That's that then.
Trying to brainstorm other things that follow what seems to be the rule. If an attack does weapon damage, does that have a weapon attack roll? Priest of Speed is not removed. So that's Piercing Arrow, That's growing damage. Maybe Conjure Barrage? Yeah, yeah. Same brain cell.
All's well that ends.
Do I have a Stone Skin Scroll?
Sometimes I could have.
No. It's fine.
Come.
It come.
Have I got everything then?
Halcyon or Murkon? Go Halcyon. I can get some bombs out of that for the Murkon fight.
Need to find a way forward.
Go Bloodlust. Breeze Swift plus AoE Executioner, though. Oh, something I did on my Brain Kill in my last run, and like I can't believe I'd never thought to do this before, but you could charge up Executioner by forking a many-target arrow off of like a destructible object and hitting an enemy. I did it during the Brain fight. Hey, good Roxy. Though the long resting did your bloodless supply must be immaculate. Nah, I didn't remember to go to Sentinel Lock every time. We're gonna use the Hill Giant Club here. That should hopefully give me enough strength to throw goblins at Braziers.
These boots have seen everything.
She's just a girl and she's on fire.
Hey, Anonymous, thank you for taking care of Roxy. Very kind, much appreciated. For Bloodlust. Yes, I know, Halcyon would be very proud.
Cutting to the chase.
A lovely hat. I thought it was very cool too. I'm obsessed with it. Just like a little bit. Drag that off my bar. Please roll good next time, Wilson. Thank you. Oh. That was a smart play. Unfortunately, I'm a cleric. You don't get to have fun unless I say you do. Bye. Oh, I tried, Halson.
Pardon you. Either way, I owe thanks. How is that must be where the... If you want to find a cure, I cannot allow the... They are the ones holding these parasites together. Remove... There is no sick mace. The ringleaders have to die. Traveling to Moonride, any who linger... If you can find this, you've already been. It may prove impossible to avoid the shadow. I could come and help me.
Alright, continue to talk to him so we don't get I trust you enjoyed your evening. We're still gonna, but
What's hiding here?
get a little bit of XP up front instead of later.
Don't mind if I
Clerics have so many good spells. They really do. It's just, the spell list is incredible. There are weaknesses, don't get me wrong. Like, unless you're Death Domain, your options for, attack roll cantrips are extremely limited. Also, unless you're Death Domain, your options for temp HP are extremely limited. And you don't get the movement ritual spells that most other casters do. That said, you get incredibly good summons, buffs, crowd control, AoE damage spells. Dampen elements over on Nature Cleric, yep. Yeah, Aid, Hero's Feast, freedom of movement. You can kind of view freedom of movement casters as having an additional ring slot.
Decaying legs. The body.
Here we go.
Got your ring right here. Alright, these goblins should be next. I think maybe I'll fight from up here. Let's get Warlock Grease's scroll out of the way. I used to steal this, but lately I've just been selling him a backpack and then bagging it.
Pay.
Forgot to put my grease bottle down. Oopsie.
Quiet. Move with care. Now this will hurt.
Don't have my poison res right now. Be fine. Produce flame itself for damage isn't horrible. It's really not that much worse than Firebolt. It's not, it's just the usage is incredibly awkward. They rolled horribly on their damage. You take those. That's just unfortunate. Would much rather use Produce Flame over Toll the Dead. That's, yeah, absolutely.
On my way.
Why did that line kind of sound like CL? Anybody else? Anybody else catch that? Right at the bottom of the ladder. Don't have a witness.
All right. Time to skulk about.
I was trying to force a dash, but... Nope, you still just didn't do anything? Okay. Hey, gyrating dog.
One day.
Another example of where high strength is good. I'm getting it from the Hill Giant Club right now, but being able to have another weapon while doing these plays would have been nice. Isn't Toll the Dead good on Death Cleric? No. Toll the Dead isn't good on anyone. It's least bad on a multi-class of Death Cleric and Evocation Wizard, but that doesn't make it good. Because everything it does, other cantrips do much, much better. It's low damage die. The max damage is conditional. It's an all or nothing saving throw. And it's single target. Like, if you want a good necrotic cantrip, Bone Chill is right there. scales massively better. If you want a saving throw damage dealing cantrip, if Acid Splash is in your spell list, you have that. If Sacred Flame is in your spell list, you have that, and those are both good. Like, it might appear surface level that Toll the Dead does more damage than Bone Chill, but remember, Bone Chill's an attack roll. Bone Chill can crit. And even if Bone Chill couldn't crit, there are more damage bonuses you can put on attack rolls than on non-attack rolls in this game.
What's in here? Best be on my way.
The reason why Acid Splash and Sacred Flame remain good as non-attack roll cantrips is they have clearly defined use cases. Acid Splash is a very good AoE, and acid damage is one of the most desirable in the game. It's almost never resisted, almost never immune, has good gear interactions. And Sacred Flame is not blocked by evasion. And also has good gear interactions.
Need something?
Understand, just looking at the base damage? Yeah. That's how it fools a lot of people. That and tabletop bias. There's a lot of people who came in when patch 8 was announced and they said that we're getting Toll the Dead. There's a lot of people who are like, okay, you don't have to worry about Sacred Flame being terrible anymore. You got a good cantrip now. And it's like, but Sacred Flame is good and Toll the Dead is not good. What do you mean? I'm easily amused. I like when stuff walks through Spike Grout to their death. It's very funny. More power to you. Sure, Bone Chill is objectively better, but this YouTube that I found via a random subreddit said that Toll the Dead is better because of no articulable reason whatsoever. It's vibes all the way down, man. And not saying anyone here is saying that Toll the Dead is better. It's just something that a lot of people feel very strongly about, and they're just wrong.
Pleasure.
As long as I pick the right dialogue options, this is free XP. Is Flame better because of Dex instead, or does it have more DR? I don't know what you mean by DR here. Sacred Flame is better because it is not conditional for dealing its damage. It's gonna be consistent, and also, it's more of a clearly defined area. There's not other radiant damage cantrips. Toll the Dead has to deal with being the bad necrotic damage cantrip, whereas Sacred Flame doesn't have competition. Sacred Flame is an evocation spell, so that means Evocation Wizard can add their int modifier onto it. It's basically if you've ever seen an optimized Eldritch Blast build, that class combo of 10 Evo Wizard, 2 Warlock, you could do that and just also have a really good Sacred Flame on that setup if you pick it up through Magic Initiate Cleric feat. And especially for using it as guaranteed damage, one of the appeals of Evocation Wizard is you can set up Acid Splash as a guaranteed damage AoE nuke. It hits everything in the game that is not acid immune and doesn't have evasion at level 6. But then you can switch to Sacred Flame to hit evasion targets, because it doesn't work on that. So you have 2 cantrips for guaranteed damage in different situations. Whereas Toll the Dead is guaranteed damage, but it's guaranteed bad damage.
The artifact does not want to part from you. The hideous corpse rises. Tentacle ragdoll.
I saw it too. Get on the hunt.
The suspicion flood.
See, she's mounting an attack.
Warlock, I press Eldritch Blast. Wait till you discover weapon attacks on a Warlock. Toll is neat. It's pretty much the only thing it has for it. I don't even find it particularly neat, but that's the best argument you got. Three walls of fire. Pretty good for my purposes. I'd like to get a stone skin, if at all possible. So I could use that against the Harpies and in Grimforge. Your need? Damn. Destroyed. I'll never recover from this.
Something's on my mind.
Need something?
Oh, it doesn't really have money like that. Huh. Could stock up on some invis. I like Ice Storm. What did that get there? That wasn't what I wanted. I wanted that. Sell even more stuff because I barely made money there.
Need something?
Alright, better.
Pleasure.
Still trying to talk myself out of making the adamantine splint. I could just take heavily armored as my level 8 feat. No, DJ Halfplate will be enough. The drow is called Minthara. With this, we can cripple the goblins. What? That information's that important? Huh? Okay. If you say so.
It looks rough.
Well, if it ain't off. Mother gone. You got to
The cubs.
Get a spell slot back.
How much longer we gotta stay out here, boss?
Till
pardon.
It's another mod-added goblin. Hell, because I can't talk to him. One up here, too. And I don't recognize the names, of course.
Shut it!
The correct elixir for Harpies is probably Peerless Focus, given my bad constitution.
Where's the rest of the lads at? Probably getting curled at their cranks.
Let's see if Blurg or Aaron have
What could they accomplish?
Stoneskin Scrolls.
Welcome
I'll
back.
be a lot more willing to play
I do
aggressive
enjoy a good bargain. If
with
anything
that
in my
effect
private
active.
collection is to your liking.
Currently we have Halson, Glut, and Saza all on standby, so I can have each of them concentrate on something to my benefit. It's not really more than one thing that would help me at the moment, but it's an option.
Very
Guess I'll
well.
check Kith too. Rat orbs are bad. You're not doing the rat orb build. No such thing as a rat orb build. Rat orbs come from pieces of gear you can slot on any build. I guess there is such a thing if you equip everything that says radiating orbs. Congrats, you've made a bad build because your build doesn't do anything.
The past is new. Well, let's see what you've got.
Here's the thing about radiating orbs. They're AC but bad. AC is already a bad defensive stat. In what way is a temporary and lesser version of a bad defensive stat a good use of a gear slot? No stone skin. Unfortunate.
That's
Check Aaron. Let's say I was wearing luminous armor right now. I'd have 2 more AC than I do. That's 22. Radiating orbs, if I fully stacked on one enemy, that would make it so they would only be able to hit me on a 32. But as soon as that enemy has extra attack, I'm fucked again. So like Githyanki Archer, they'd miss their first shot, not the second one. And stacking up to 10 orbs is not something that you do without heavy investment into radiating orbs. And the more you invest into radiating orbs, the more you lose of other things. Like if I wanted to get Coruscation Ring going, well, I'd have to give up either movement speed or some of my AC on top of some of my saving throws for my current kit. If I wanted to get radiating orbs from my glove slot, I'd have to give up even more of my mobility. That's without mentioning giving up your chest slot for that defensively is horrible. We'll be using Dark Justiciar Halfplate once we get it, because, you know, it's actually good. Sacred Star weapon is good and gives radiating orbs, but that's an Act 3 item, and it requires you swinging it as a weapon attack, which a lot of people seem to think you can't do as a cleric. They think it's, like, illegal. They think the BG3 police will pop out and be like, hey, no, stop it, you're too resource efficient. Generally curious, why is AC bad? Because it can be circumvented easily? That's one of the many reasons, yes. Notice you've taken Pay the Price condition. Is it worth taking over Volo's Eye? Volo's Eye is never worth taking.
Need anything else?
It does the same thing as a See Invis scroll, except you can't turn it off.
You're not the only one in need.
Just get a See Invis scroll. Then you could have the effect when you want it. Or use the Assassin of Balcal in Act 3. Can I upcast the weapon attack? That's... You can make it stronger, though. Why would you turn it off, though? Because it reveals allies and neutral creatures in some situations, making it unfavorable. Like, if you're trying to use your Arcane Trickster Mage Hand, it'll get revealed by Volo's Eye when you first summon it. If you have, let's say, Jaheira trying to use her Invis and Panther shape in any of the fights where she's allied to you but not in your party, it reveals her. If you're trying to use Shovel, reveals Shovel.
We'll get to the city soon. I am not grumpy. Scowl on your face will frighten a troll.
And also, having Volo's Eye means you can't get Ethel's Eye, which is a big enough reason on its own. But back to the AC question. AC does nothing against anything except attack rolls, and the amount you need for it to actually be meaningful safety versus attack rolls is far above the amount that it's reasonable to take because of opportunity cost. For example, my favorite to bring up, Githyanki Archers, you need 31 AC and crit immunity to be completely safe from their attacks. And 31 stops being enough if they ever get the high ground on you. To have 31 AC with crit immunity, you would need to have an extremely optimized kit here in Act 1. You have a little more buffer in Act 2. In Act 3, it's reasonable enough to get to 31 AC. But by that point, there's 2 Githyanki Archers left in the game. I guess up to 4. And also, you could simply, with less investment, have enough damage reduction that you don't care if people do hit you. Like, why would you plan around using all of your gear slots, or most of your gear slots, to make it so that there is a high chance of someone doing no damage to you, when you could use fewer gear slots and make it so there's no chance of them doing damage to you? Just have damage reduction and resistance. Cast Blade Ward, wear the Adamantine Splint with Heavy Armor Master. Someone cannot damage you with physical, that's slashing, piercing, or bludgeoning damage, unless their hit is at least 12 damage. That's wearing 1 piece of gear, taking 1 feat that also gives you +1 strength, and using a cantrip that is in most spell lists that you can just click. Actually, isn't it in every spell list? No, not every. But, like, the good version of taking no damage versus the bad version of taking no damage. But let's say you didn't know how damage reduction worked to a point where you could comfortably take no damage. Okay. Get damage reduction so you only take some damage and get enough HP that even if they hit you, you don't care. Either way, better than AC, and applies to more things than AC, and costs fewer gear slots than AC. So, linking that into the Rad Orb discussion, Rad Orbs are capped at 10. Duration of Radiating Orbs is lowered whenever the affected creature makes an attack. In what universe is temporary AC that costs gear slots comparable to the thing that is already better than the better version of Rad Orbs?
Some supplies. Don't have much to spare, but it's more than we can carry.
Usually with the damage reduction HP route. Yep. It is more consistent, scales higher, more applicable. Alright, no Stone Skin means I'll just have to play a little more defensively. Do I just opt for the Murkon knockout? Okay, here's an idea. If I do get lured while I have Spirit Guardians on, do I care if I get lured? I care a little because I have no DR.
Is someone singing?
Get my channel
Feel
divinity
that
back.
one later. Vincere is to be ready. This calls for careful footwork. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Such a pretty song.
Degen strats. Thanks, Murkon. Two charges means the Radiance of the Dawn opener. I'm very tempted to do another many-target era, but I want to save that for next turn. Is this the rare Fireball isn't a terrible click scenario? No, that's stupid. I'm being stupid.
Don't waste a step.
Lawnmower hugs. I like that Twister. Even before I knew how strong DR was versus AC, I always looked at the opportunity cost of devoting most of your gear slots to AC versus playing with good practices using diversity of gear. Incapacitated the child to save him. I did. I incapacitated him to save him, and then I forked a many-target arrow off of him to do damage and get Elixir of Bloodlust. No. Well... It's 3. Blade Ward is better. Perhaps switch weapons. Warding Flare mattered there. I don't trust my concentration to hold right now. So, that was good. This one can hit me, I don't care. Ahoy, Captain. An arrows kill even with non-lethal on? Yeah, you can't kill kids. Game doesn't let you. I mean, you can kill them, but they don't die. So you can just kind of bloodlust off of Murkon here as much as you want. Let's click Burning Hands here. Yes, killing without death.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Are they got there?
And we scare him for 15 more.
The gods are watching me. Long day. I'll need to rest soon.
Bet Larry thought they were doing good, not letting you kill kids, now people come with even more extreme views. I hate that it works the way it does, but I blame Elixir of Bloodlust. It's not the only application of that. Like, if you let Orin take Yenna, for example, that does mean you always have a valid target for Baal's Edict during that fight, as long as Yenna survives the conversation. Because, like, oh no, I need to kill a target this turn. Can champions draw? Soon, TM. Except not soon, but eventually, TM. It's really bad torturing kids endlessly. Still not as dumb as destroying a speed potion for bloodlust. No, it's not. You're right. Guess it's time to do this fight. I think I want to roll Ward Fang here.
What's inside? Better than nothing.
Where's the cub? Make sure I don't hit the cub. I don't see the cub anywhere. Alright. Fireball is a bad spell. Why would I use Fireball? Why would I use one of my Spirit Guardian slots on Fireball? That doesn't make sense.
First step is the hardest.
Okay, so he can say crush the ball bag, but when I say that to Karlach, I'm some sort of degenerate. Alright. Just chatted to one of my former work friends. Reminds me how pleased I am that I retired and I'm out of the rat race. Good for you, Seth. Good for you. Good night, Sora. Love having high strength. Yes, I have simultaneously high strength and low strength. It's whichever I need to complain more accurately. It's Blade Ward. Carrying too many weapons. How close are you to actually doing that? Not at all. Okay. Now you can't go invis while you have Spirit Guardians, but you can hide, which is almost funnier.
Light on my feet.
Because I'm still hiding. Must have been the wind. Oh, that's so fucking funny. What if you subtle spell Spirit Guardians? Cooking. Cat.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Put on Speedy Light Feet. Dash.
On my way.
That's fun. But yeah, now I want to grab sorcerer levels for subtle spell and just Spirit Guardians, hide, and then subtle spell, do whatever I want, and stay hidden. I was looking forward to Larian's next game. Meh. I'll play it. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of their public-facing stuff since the announcement has rubbed me the wrong way. Even before that, Divinity IP is not one that I've, latched onto.
Let's have a look.
But I'll play it. I'm just not gonna pretend to be super hype about it or anything. Deal with the paladins now? Yeah. Just say no to AI-generated dog shit. It's, yeah, I agree. Right, there is one extra. Yes, hi, buddy.
I'm still looking to shift some supplies. Don't have much to spare, but it's more than we can carry.
I'll strike you down. If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine. These boots have seen everything.
I don't love that bug. Their fear of missing out is just ridiculous. What, Larian's very weird, but it might be useful. It hasn't shown that it is so far, but it might be. We're not gonna say we're not using it because it might be useful. Maybe. Do you know how many concept artists we have? Have we told you how many concept artists we have? You know that? That fear of missing out?
Time to press ahead.
Yeet. Never gets old. That someone pretty much justify child labor to me in relation to not accepting exploitative labor practices in terms of AI. People will absolutely twist themselves into knots to defend their desire to not think about things on any deeper level ever. Whether it's what goes into making their entertainment or what goes into them consuming their entertainment, doesn't really matter either way. Just like, I guarantee it's not something they even feel strongly about, they just feel strongly about having to form an opinion about it. He chose the Yoda scream. I love that one. Carry people up the ladder kills me for some reason. Kills them too. Use a cell phone, so you're not going to avoid buying a game with AI. It's just, I hate that argument. Anytime you try to argue in favor of more ethical consumption, like, again, 100% ethical consumption is not possible under the systems which we live and buy these products. It's not. Nobody's saying it is. But anytime you try to, like, even improve by degrees or be more conscientious in how you consume or how you view or how you research these things, there's always some fuckwit who's like, but what about... It's like, multiple things can be bad.
Better be cautious. Oh, my hands.
Pick to fight. The consequences are hardly surprising.
The trader's the only one I found in the game where outfit changes when you carry up the stairs. I've noticed that too, Huckleberry. I have no idea why that works that way, but yeah, that is a thing. AI is and will continue to replace coders. There's no stopping without banning AI usage, but it gets hastened when people embrace that shit. Remember, the only form of advocacy we as regular people have is our collective wallets. And if, as consumers, you stop pushing back against practices that you find to be harmful, then those things just... that's how those things become entrenched more easily. And yes, it's especially disappointing with Sven just being, like, all in on this shit after presenting himself as, like, you know, champion of ethical game production and good relationships with consumers, and the fact that the dude decided to crash out on social media because people questioned the use of generative AI. When people question the use of generative AI in every high-profile game that comes out that even skirts around the idea of using it, the response was really unsettling to me. I did not care for it. Crash Out on social media, I haven't been following. Crash Out is using stronger language than perhaps is necessary, but had a response that was less than calm. Convo I stumble upon? Nah, just AI. AI in game development. Generative AI specifically. Night Gingerbeard 1. Thank you so much for the raid again. Always good seeing you. He said he enjoyed everything about the QA except answering about the AI part. Yeah, of course he didn't enjoy answering the thing people have wanted him to give an answer other than, did you know how many concept artists we have? Instead of answering the fucking question. Of course. Yes, people dodging a question don't like being called out on dodging that question. Or rather, because someone is going to say, well, actually he answered, people who are dodging a particular conversation don't like being called out on dodging that particular conversation. Is that better?
Light on my feet.
Let's go grab the loot down here.
What's inside? I'm done. I can't wait to see.
AI is just another method to exploit wealth from the working class operating under the same operate at a loss method used by Uber and others to take over industries that aren't even that profitable because capitalists want all the money. Preach. Like, as much as there are good faith things to bring up, like, yes, there are areas in which use of AI of various stripes can improve people's quality of life, can function simply as a tool in the process of a human creating a thing. Whether it's for entertainment, whether it's for, you know, something truly important outside of the sphere of video game shit. Sure. These are things that some of you have presented in good faith. And I'm not arguing those points. But that's not the reason any of this shit's being pushed. It's just like 10 people who want all of the monopoly money. It is not about making people's jobs easier in the development process. It's not about improving quality of life. It's not about medical advancements. That's not what any of it is for. Why is it called generative AI when it's almost purely synthetic, as in performs synthesis, not genesis? Because generative AI makes people swallow that particular pill more easily. Calling it synthetic AI makes people immediately think, oh, it's not real. It's branding. Wish I had a short rest. I want to do the double radiance opener. Do a quick long rest. Just as a treat. Do I even have enough camp supplies? I wasn't positive that I do, but I do. I've been picking up meats.
Food hungry. Want bite. Food no.
First he wisdom invests, now he's long resting. Who even are you? Ty Loops, I think I'm up to like long rest number 15 or something. It's crazy. My stomach hurts. I'm sweating. I'm shaking.
How can I help?
That should work.
A lipid worm doing work right now. Smartphones all over again. It's the difference. Smartphones did actually offer some value to the consumer without threatening to destroy entire industries, displace thousands of workers. Still not eco-friendly. I mean, there's definitely the conversation to be had about the labor that goes into production of smartphones. That's a very directly harmful thing, but I do see the parallels you're talking about, yeah. This is a fight I shouldn't be taking at this level of preparedness. I want to do something interesting. Third wheel. Where are you? Oh, are you just inside of each other? Are they perfectly inside of each other? I don't... Okay. Sure. Yeah, they're there.
With haste.
You guys want to see Fireball? Okay, here's Fireball. You happy? Didn't even kill that guy? Alright. What a shit spell. I'm never clicking that garbage again. Which one of you made me do that? I refuse to take responsibility for my own choices. Anything Fireball does better than Fire Glyph? No. I mean, I guess its range is slightly better. Its range is slightly better. Before patch 8, the answer would have been yes, because Glyph did not count as player damage for certain purposes. But as of patch 8, not only does Glyph actually count for the player, Glyph also does some weird shit where you can transfer ownership of certain conditions. That's a sphere of things that we've not collectively researched as much as we should. So, Glyph has just massively more use cases than Fireball. It's evocation. Yeah.
Fit for an ogre.
But like,
You notice a peculiar
does that matter?
protruding from the tough, leathery meat.
The best Fireball outcome is not meaningfully better than the best Glyph outcome. Not meaningfully.
Juts from the meat.
But sure, you can squint at it.
You notice the blade is at an angle.
If Fireball was a second level spell, I wouldn't shit on it. Let's put it that way. It would still be very unfavorable compared to, you know, Scorching Ray. But I wouldn't shit on it, because that would be justifiable for that spell slot. But because it's third level, like, are you ever clicking Fireball over Glyph of Warding, Spirit Guardians, Lightning Bolt, Hunger of Hadar, Upcast Moonbeam? No, never. There you go. It's funny how drastically worse Fireball is in BG3 compared to Tabletop. The radius in decrease, rather, for this game, I think that does play a pretty big role. Like, I really don't think it would take that much to make Fireball not shit. To make it good, that would be different, but to make it not shit, that really wouldn't be hard.
What's hiding here?
Glyph of Warding has so many other options too, multiple uses, scenarios where you can make use of it. Yeah. Like, even non-damaging options, like Knockback and Sleep. It's on more spell lists. Multiple flavors of damage. It's on the action refresh list. You can set it up before an encounter. Radius isn't half in PG3 compared to Tabletop. It's 1/4 of the area. That's a big nerf. Only reason why I'm not wholeheartedly agreeing with that being that big of a deal, like, it's big, but... Oh, good night, Seth. Is because there are spells that have good damage application because of their radius that players still don't use. The one that comes to mind here is Circle of Death. Circle of Death is even, I believe it's the same damage die as Fireball. It's just con save instead. It's con save and necrotic instead of dex save fire. And it's necromancy instead of evocation. But Circle of Death has a huge radius in this game. Mediocre damage applied over a wide area, and people still don't click it. Now, that's a 6th level spell slot. So that's a big ask to use a spell slot on it if you're not doing a Staff of Cherished Necromancy setup. But, like, people still don't click Circle of Death scrolls, but the damage application is very good. And again, same damage die as Fireball. So I don't think that the radius thing by itself is why Fireball is bad in this game. It certainly contributes, but...
pleasure.
Use Circle of Death last playthrough, radius is massive. It's extremely big. It's not going to hit for very much. I'm not going to lie to you. But sometimes you don't care as much about damage as damage application. It's the same principle behind why Call the Weak is so popular. Because Call the Weak, it doesn't really actually do much in terms of shaving off the amount of damage you need to do. But it does mean that you can use options that don't hit that hard, that have good damage application against things that have low HP, and you can clear very efficiently by doing that. Sork doesn't get glyphs, is just sad. Sorcerer's spell list constantly taking Ls. Does it ever stop?
You took will not go unavenged.
I've never done anything wrong. You sound crazy right now.
Good opportunity. Need to find a way forward.
Just gonna Arrow of Darkness me, and next turn Ward Companion. But if I walk into the darkness, tuck into that back edge over there. Allure.
Trap. Be cautious.
Thanks.
Be an XP for saving this guy. $20 XP for killing that guy. Leave those two alone for now. What are some other spells, chat, that you think are fantastic in tabletop that just, for one reason or another, aren't as good here? They could even be spells that weren't changed. I'm just curious as to some of your thoughts. Like I'll do one. Hypnotic Pattern is still very useful in this game, but the duration's a lot lower here. So it's harder to get use out of. Banishment, I've heard that that one was gutted, yeah. But I'm curious as to your thoughts. Wish we had Wish. I think it's a very good thing that we don't get to higher level spells than we do in this game. Personally. Mirror Image. That's an interesting thought. Color Spray and 3.5 E's to stun targets. That's pretty good, but like, let's try to keep it within 5E if we can. Because if we go back to 3.5, then there's like a lot of things. Dispel Magic obviously didn't make it right. That was cut. They tried to make that one work in development. We're like, fuck it, forget it. New 2024 Mirror Image is great. How does that one work now, Chris?
Getting peckish. Peckish?
what's in the...
I've never done anything ever. You sound crazy right now. No longer penalizes you for higher ACs. I mean, it doesn't do that in this game. So how does it work in tabletop then? How does it work for 2014? I should say. In 5e, if someone misses you, you don't lose them. Ah, okay. Dissonant Whispers is not better but different. Makes the target use their reaction if available to run away from the caster as far as their movement allows, which can have some pretty creative applications. I do like that. I do think that that might, like... I mean, obviously different. Dissonant Whispers is great in this game, and it is one of my favorite spells, if not my favorite spell, period. I think it's super cool, super useful, flavorful. I really like it. That said, that sounds better. Your max damage you can do to me. $12. Alright. I don't have to heal yet. Ow. They have to be hit for a charge to get used, but they used to have their own AC, so hit by miss you still hit the double. Gotcha. Now it's your AC. Right. That's cool. It's a cool change. .2024 Armor of Agathis can be recharged with other temp HP sources. So yeah, that's a Spore Druid exclusive thing in this game.
I'm exhausted. Better find somewhere to camp soon.
This guy scares me. He should probably just go in the drink. Sir? I'll walk away from the drink while I say that. Like, he does more than enough damage to one-round me at this HP. Hunter's Mark, Acid Arrow, into a follow-up hit, high-rolling both, I'm dead. Locked.
Anything to that absolute thing?
Better than nothing.
Good dexterity. Let me get poison res. Don't need to be using this weapon either.
That's a friendly looking shadow. Another trick up my sleeve.
In fact, nothing happens. You pick him up, put him down, fries me. Yeah, very video gamey thing.
How much further can I go?
Mostly all healing spells are better. They had to do a pretty big buff pass on them in 2024, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Hey, stick shit! It's stick pig, you piss pot. That's what I said.
Polymorph was nerfed in that you can only turn things into sheep and buffed, and then it's built on spaghetti code. More of a side grade situation then, huh? I mean, obviously something like Divine Intervention doesn't translate here. I mean, 2014 Divine Intervention. 2024 Divine Intervention, you could, like, mostly make work, right? But 2014, like, how do you make that? Of course they had to just give us choices.
Room's getting all spinny.
Take a big swig. Cure you right up.
It's my opener here. Unironically, Wall of Fire would be funny. Just overkill.
Druid's still barking at gnomes.
As far as I know, still wrapped around near Echo too.
Protect someone.
Hey, Royans, thank you for the prime. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Call Lightning's a favorite in BG3 blows tabletop still. That's unfortunate. It's legitimately one of the strongest spells in BG3. I definitely have to Blade Ward here.
She's just a girl and she's on fire. There you go, Quag.
I'm leery of Warding Flare rolling something into a crit. If you Warding Flare, and then the reroll is a 20, they crit you, even through your crit immunity. So be aware of that when you're playing Light Cleric. Flow isn't necessarily better in tabletop, just more frequently useful compared to BG3. I think that's just inundation of options here. It probably creates that, right? And wider variety of targets in tabletop. Thunderwave is also worse in tabletop. It's in a full radius around you, not just in front, so it's extra hard not to hit allies with it. Everything you said there is right, Kelpfire, but my solo player brain was like, you could have 360 Thunderwave? That's sick. Like, I want that. Give me that.
Here goes nothing. Very well.
This is the most I've ever used Slippery Chain, by the way. I just think it's cool. Playing P2E, not familiar, and the gear feels more video game-ish with the runes and all. Is that Pillars to Eternity? I don't know the acronym, sorry. In 5e, I feel like magic gear is not as frequent, although it depends on the table. It does depend on the table. A criticism of BG3 that I've seen is a lot of people think that the very high level player power is a Pathfinder 2nd edition. Got you. A A lot of people think that a very high player power is attributed to having like full loadouts of magical gear very early in the game, but it's not. It's the fact that it's a video game. Like, your ability to do video game answers to D&D questions is why you are so powerful in this game. Again, like, try to explain DRS to your DM. Try to explain fleeing combat and re-engaging to your DM. Like... I did put myself in a situation. I don't actually know where the archer is. If I guessed wrong, there's a world in which he hits me twice, she hits me, and I die. So let's heal. Okay. Say both invis spells are better in tabletop for the most part. Yeah, that much I'm aware of, which is funny because people love to criticize how OP invis is in this game, and it's like, but it's still reined in for balance purposes. What do you mean? It's like, you've got a bone to pick with the concept of invisibility, not the implementation. I don't know what to tell you. Someone took out one of our guys, went invisible, and ran away. They will surely not come back. Let's chill and get surprised again. Exactly. Like, video game shit. She whiffed one into the wall. That was incredible.
May the gods take you first.
Not a spell, but sneak attack so much better in tabletop. Not the damage, being able to sneak attack easier in tabletop. I don't know, it's pretty easy in this game. Sneak attack is, like, extremely good in this game. And pretty easy to use once you get the hang of it. See, dwarf heavy crossbows are a fucking nightmare. Average damage, max damage, I'm almost dead. A shit pit.
What? You're...
You guys know I'm a good one. Because when enemies engage with another player, you can sneak attacks that aren't focused on you. You can't do that in game. I mean, can't you? If an enemy has one of your allies adjacent to them, you can sneak attack them even without advantage. Is that not the same thing? At least from the video game perspective. Really thought you couldn't? Nope. Sneak attack has 2 conditions in Baldur's Gate 3. 3 if you're a swashbuckler. Either have advantage, or... yeah, it's have advantage, and then the second one is you can have an ally adjacent to the enemy, and it'll work as long as you don't have disadvantage. And the third one is as a swashbuckler, as long as they don't have an adjacent ally, and you don't have disadvantage, you can do it. That's exactly the same. Gotcha.
Human, certainly. A god, perhaps.
Invisible Shovel is perfect for turning on Sneak Attack and BG3. Yeah, Invisible Shovel or Invisible Mage Hand if you're an Arcane Trickster. Even Minor Illusion works well for that. In a pinch. What are we pinching in here? What's on offer? Hey, good Hazel. Would preferred crossbows remain as in tabletop? Consume your bonus action if you wish to shoot again the following turn. I mean, what benefit from the video game perspective would nerfing crossbows, which are already generally inferior to longbows and shortbows in this game? What benefit would that have? Would give a reason to take crossbow expert. Luckily, there is a reason to take crossbow expert. It's good. It's unfortunately slightly bugged and not as good as it tells you it is, but it's good. Double duration on Gaping Wounds is very impactful. Gaping Wounds is a like global take more damage thing. You just take 2 more damage from anything that damages them per instance. It's really good. And the effect where you don't make your crossbow attacks at disadvantage when threatened. That's bugged and turns off if you're threatened by more than one creature, but it still works in 1v1s. And it's nice in those situations.
Lava's erupting. Better watch my step.
Lava. You guys ever run into a lava elemental?
Why the hell's a lava elemental?
A lava elemental. Level up picking up ham. I'm trying to talk myself out of it, RJ. I can't always do heavy armor, right? Right? I shouldn't. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just thinking about it. I don't think it's a benefit, it's just a preference of mine. Okay, then waste your bonus action after shooting a crossbow. There you go, it's in the game.
Good idea, I think.
My favorite heavy armor, Adamantine Splint. Adamantine Splint is the best defensive armor in this game.
Blood comes easy these days.
Jake, no dusk. Should join Heavy Armor Anonymous? Nah. Had a mod accidentally turn off my crit immunity with adamantine, so pissed. What's worse, the mod is one turn my guardian into a wheel of cheese.
At the ready.
Can do any kind of Sacred Flame, Produce Flame on this run. Sacred Flame will be getting clicked, yeah. It's gonna be a good click against, you know, shadows, that kind of thing. At level 8, it'll start doing decent damage. Produce Flame? Not impossible. Main gripe about 2024 tabletops that Warlock's screwed for armor without a dip. They have light armor, so if they take lightly armor, they only gain shields. Then they would have to burn a second feat for moderately armored for medium armor. So in this game, lightly armor doesn't give you shields. I would love for it to give shields. Like, in the context of BG3, that's absolutely worth it. But I get your meaning. Friend wants to do a duo honor mode, trying to figure out the best build to hard carry them is. Eldritch Knight Fighter. I'm very boring, but... Eldritch Knight Fighter. It just occurred to me I need this platform to be down, actually.
Here we go again.
Not feeling it. There we go. Trying to think of fun heavy armor monk, ignoring dex, stacking strength, avoiding strength pot spam. Any thoughts? So you don't need to like avoid dex to do that. My favorite way of running monk is to take a dip and pick up heavy armor and just sit in it. Like, you could have your high strength, your high dex. You could do like 17 strength, 16 dex. Take Tavern Brawler at 4, increase your strength to 18. Then in Act 2, there's numerous things that give you +2 strength. At that point, you can just run around with that 20 strength golden number that lets you throw most people around. You'd be scaling your punches off your strength. You still have dexterity because it's still a good stat. It's your initiative, it's your bow, it's some important saving throws. And I have good news. Use of strength pots on monk is already inefficient because it's less damage than using Colossus a lot of the time, and it's less damage than using Bloodlust all of the time. So, you're good. Having naturally high strength is already the play.
Another fight. Let's go.
Jake. Thanks for the thoughts. Been theorycrafting a lot. It's nice to get feedback from an expert. You are barking up all the right trees. Thank you for the kind words. I don't view myself as such, but I appreciate the spirit in which you intended that. But yeah, heavy armor monk is awesome. Like, I ranted about this recently, but unarmored defense, the monk version, is... I think it's the worst defensive feature in the entire game. Because it kind of pushes you in this direction where it wants you to take wisdom, which is already a questionable build decision, yes, even on monks. And then your returns for it, it just isn't ever better than other things. Like, it's not more AC than mage armor until you get at least 18 wisdom. At that point, it can be. It can potentially be one more than if you were using mage armor with no shield equipped. But mage armor doesn't turn off if you equip a shield. So Mage armor plus shield? Alright, that's the same as if unarmored defense. And you had 20 wisdom, and you're not having 20 wisdom feasibly until the very late game without giving up more important stats. But then, like, you get the benefits of whatever your shield gives you. You could be using the Adamantine Shield for crit immunity and Reeling Application for even more effective AC. You could be using Sentinel Shield for initiative. You could be using Swires as Sledboard for stacking massive physical damage reduction. You could be using Viconia's Shield for even more AC, and then also forcing disadvantage on spell attack rolls against you, and also getting the ability to reflect projectiles, and also getting advantage on saving throws against spells. Like, you could be getting so many more things by just not playing into unarmored defense. And it also means your wisdom doesn't matter anymore. Like, you free up those stat points to go into constitution to be a brick, or charisma for quality of life stuff. Like, it's very much a trap, and I think very little of monk unarmored defense. Like, in contrast, barbarian unarmored defense goes off constitution, which is a much more justifiable stat to pump, and it allows you to use a shield. Like, I don't know why the monk one is so restricted in this game. It's weird. Genie Lock with the Eldritch Blast add-ons to cheese grade enemies over Spike Growths to build a miss into BG3. You can always stock up on Void Bulbs and do it that way. Eldritch Blast them away, they try to run to you. If there's enough that you can't Eldritch Blast all of them back at once, then you Void Bulb them back. You prefer Hammer, Tavern Brawler, and your Monk? I personally prefer Tavern Brawler, just because I really value accuracy very highly. Ham's certainly good, though. Other fun monk idea is just to run Wave 4 Elements Barbarian for some sort of spellcasting Barbarian build so you can cast while raging. Yeah, that's pretty good. 4 Elements is, Fangs of the Fire Snake is one of the most damaging abilities in the game, so... like, enraged punches with that going would be very juicy. Brutal Critical Fangs is a thing, not super sustainable, but very strong. Yeah. Wouldn't work quite as well in BG3 because flight isn't 3D, so you can't just hover above the target. Right. That is a component you wouldn't be able to replicate very easily. Barely enough. I don't trust the game not to lie to me. Alright, what if I also sacrifice my glove slot to get +2 AC while in armor? Surely that's a valuable trade. Surely. Mentioned I was planning on doing a heavy armor monk too. Then again, I'm planning on doing so many builds. It's how much I love the game. Me too, Happy Zero. Me too. Yeah, heavy armor master would work well on a monk, and it certainly makes it so you're just, again, a brick. It combines well. Enemy archers are generally pretty dangerous in this game, and being able to combine the natural DR of Adamantine Splint, the extra DR of Heavy Armor Master, and Monk Deflect Missiles would mean that most archers just couldn't hurt you anymore at all, provided you had a reaction available. And, like, that's really valuable. The big thing about taking Heavy Armor Master over Tavern Brawler is that your accuracy will still be kind of meh with unarmed for a while, because remember, your fists don't get, like, enhancement bonuses. So the upgrade trajectory of, oh wow, I found a +2 weapon, this is going to help my accuracy, you don't get that with your punching. But if you end up just supplementing your monk kit by using weapons, which monks are plenty good at, then you can pretty easily justify taking him. Favorite or most fun build? Like, the one that immediately comes to mind, I have a lot of builds that I really like, but the one that immediately comes to mind is Polearm Master Tempest Cleric. That's my knee-jerk, haha, this is stupid build that I think of.
Something good here, I hope.
Maragon? I don't have that much HP. With Amulet of the Unworthy? Maybe? But, Monk Rogue Dagger throwing build's going good, just have to figure out what mod throwing equipment I have is not working right. Sometimes damage is absurd, so something's wonky. Thanks again for suggesting Monk. Of course, Chris. I'm glad it worked out. This was the thing where you wanted to dex throw, right? Gotta go for now. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for hanging out, Twister. Hope you have an excellent rest of your day. Yeah, dex throwing? Yeah. Throw this guy. I've been live for 8.5 hours already. What shit? I wish Thud's helmet was good. Unfortunately, it isn't. Every item that gives Wrath in the game is bugged. Some of them beneficially, some of them detrimentally. It's either bugged or omitting information from the card, I should say. That catches all of them. Throw Crater's Wounds is real and can hurt you. Yeah, I still gotta do that Caster Wild Magic Barb with Hunter's Mark. That's that juicy shit. Of Bernard's animated armors, we still have the Hook Horrors. I never did get Bawal. Like, I want to hit level 7 reasonably quickly. Grove Defense is going to be a huge percentage of that. Alright, let's get ready for that. What Wrath items would you use on a basic straight class barbarian to just hit harder? The boots are pretty good if you get bonus action dash from, what is that, Eagle Heart? That's it. That's the one I would use. Unfortunately, the one that says it gives you rage, or gives you, excuse me, wrath while you're raging, that one doesn't work. If that one worked, I'd use that too, but... Zoom or Dwarven Thrower testing that weapon's a crime. It's so strong. I leaned on it really hard in my no-hit run. You guys hear Jake freaking out over there? He's just losing his shit and I have no idea why. He's now screaming at my window. It's pitch black outside. I don't know what he sees.
Very well. Anyway, you want to talk? Talk. Anything else? I
get to run the ring scan.
I had a you've been a friend. I had a you.
Maul moves each time you talk to her. Just talk to her until she went over there. Meow.
Can't risk being in open view. Let's see what you hide. These boots have seen everything.
Dwarven Thrower saturation. Oh, yeah, just auto-critting on every throw and getting 3 instances of Craterous Wounds per throw. Yeah. That'll do it.
No questions? All right.
So much death.
Now, freeing Saza will be complicated with this guy here. I'm gonna move him.
Let me out, you bunch of softies!
Shouldn't have made me your enemy.
You're gonna be sorry! Every last one of you!
Ready to go.
What's saturation? So, you know Cazador's dagger, Rhapsody? You know how it's known for just being a very strong stat stick, just boosts your damage, your spell save DC, your accuracy, all that. Well, it's got like a ton of abilities that everyone always forgets about. One of them is you can spend a bonus action to consume your 3 Scarlet Remittance stacks. And in exchange, what it tells you you get is that for 2 turns, the next attack you do will crit. But what it doesn't tell you is that that status is only consumed by weapon attacks. So that means every unarmed, throw, and spell attack you do for the next 2 turns, as long as you meet the accuracy check, will crit. It all crits. So you can just click bonus action, I would like to crit on everything for 2 turns, please. And as you get kills, you'll be rebuilding your Scarlet Remittance, so you can just be back at 3 while still critting. It's stupid. Why'd I give my eye to Ethel? Why would I not? It's pure benefit. Scorching Ray? Yep. You can do Scorching Ray, you could do throws. You could do that rather popular Gemini Gloves twin spell meta magic glitch. And make the whole thing crit. Hey Layla0, welcome back. How's it going? It's going well. Not going too much longer, but we've made good progress. Rhapsody also inflicts bleed if you hit someone with it while you're hiding or invisible. Find people forget about that one too.
Pardon.
Wondering if I should just farm this guy for Bloodlust Elixir mats for a while.
Shut it! We got a job to do. Shut up and...
What's on your mind?
I do still want Gale to show me his schlong. But if he's not biting, then maybe we'll just go with Sharp. Do a long rest. I'm almost out of camp supplies again. I am out of camp supplies. Volo!
Something's on my mind.
Even more builds I want to try. Why do you answer questions? Be helpful. It's all part of my ploy to get people to also hyperfixate on this game. Is it working? Oh, he has stone skin too. Cool. Do not use my healing items. Did I already accidentally rest with the suspicious meat? I think I did. Whoops. That's unfortunate. Gotta pay closer attention. Did Crush fights an honor mode? Holy cow, is not prepared for the last suit. I mean, got away with it. It's this close to run away from my life. The Crush is a pretty big difficulty spike. How do people even play like this? What, spamming these long rests? Yeah, I don't know. Saturation's my one contribution to tech in this game. Brought the unarmed version to trade, and I have mixed feelings about it. I remembered you were so hesitant.
Good. Strong.
One of the things I found first while searching for auto mode builds is Morgana's PDF and vids. What do you think of her builds? Asking because I think you also mentioned her. So she's a friend of the channel. She's mostly YouTuber, but she's active here on Twitch too, and you see her around in the community. Think very highly of her, and she's one of those people that I can have like creative disagreements with in terms of like what direction I would take a build and how I would approach a certain task, but it doesn't come from a place of like she knows what she's talking about. Does that make sense? So yeah, her stuff's good. Her stuff's good.
Teeth. Claws. Strong. Fight. Win. Two.
Now, if I really wanted 20 XP, I could knock out the cub here, but I'm not feeling like being a monster right now. Gosh darn Githyanki. I recommend going in with Psychic Resistance, Slashing Resist, that handles all the melee ones, and then prioritizing killing the Archers and Ardents. You want to have Hold Person immunity around any Gishes. But it's all manageable.
Dog pants through
Honestly,
a ball
Kithrak
from his
Therazin,
mouth.
the lady with the cape and the sword in the office. She's the toughest Githyanki in the game, in my opinion.
It is well chewed and
I have lost more runs to her than any other Gith. In fact, I've only lost a run to a Gith one other time. Every time a Gith has killed me, it's been her. Maybe I lost to the patrol in Act 1 once. But yeah, she's her, is the takeaway.
Go ahead.
There's never gets anything less than my utmost cowardice and underhandedness. Deserved. If the dude's the big boy spawns a sword on you, no? Deal with the ads first, surrounded by swords. So he can't spawn a sword if he's crowd controlled. So you could pick him up, throw him on the ground. Can't spawn a sword, because he's prone. There is a lot of enemies that have legendaries that they use reactively. They don't use their reaction points, but they use them reactively. And the solution to all of them is they can't do it if they're crowd controlled. This applies to Wargaz, this applies to Nier, this applies to Leroican, this applies to Ethel, this applies to Tiscan, this applies to Harak, this applies to Orin and Saravok. Yeah. Gortash, you know? Like, they just can't do it. So it's a good strategy to have under your belt. Get prone to loser, yep. I'm just a newbie, but my approach on him is high initiative. Swords will never hit if he's dead on his turn. Yeah, you can absolutely focus on beating him in initiative, which is something I think you should do always anyway, and just blow him up before the swords can matter. That said, if you make that your priority, you'll find yourself, and you haven't done it any other way, I should say, you'll find yourself kind of out of your depth if you end up in a situation where that doesn't go well or isn't possible. So I do encourage at least learning how to deal with them multiple ways, but yeah. He doesn't have much health. Githyanki do not have that much health in this game. And they're humanoids. They don't have any resistances most of the time. Some of them have psychic res. So ultimately it just means that you can delete them if you commit to doing damage.
Welcome back. Have you made any new discoveries?
I greet you, son child. May your...
Don't think I ever thought about that fight in 4-player. It wasn't until I started doing 2 1-player challenge runs that I had to learn how the fight worked. I think that's a very common experience. He just always died. Yeah, he doesn't have much HP. Like, he has less than Spaw here. The thing that makes Spaw easier to kill is a fire vulnerability. But Spaw does more damage, has more HP, has more assistance. Wargaz is kind of like, he's just some guy at the end of the day.
Will be no point in lingering now I've got the noble stock.
I haven't killed Balin yet. I gotta do that too. Interestingly, another case like that is Yurgir. Yurgir does not have that much HP. It's not his HP that makes him scary. It's like literally everything else about him. But a good counter to Yurgir is if you are able to get the necessary initiative and some very good consistent damage, just wipe him off the map on the first turn and you're good. The cat be cattin'. I think he mostly just wants some attention.
Can't keep getting lost like that.
So I'm gonna do that. That'll be it for me today. I wanted to go a little more, but it's okay. We'll have time. So I will most likely be continuing this run on Saturday. Right? What day of the week's today? Today's Thursday. Yeah. Tomorrow co-op with Danny. And then Saturday more of this. Longest I've spent in Act 1 in a run without making it to Act 2, but I'm being meticulous, so I'm okay with that. Only 3 hours. Yeah, I did DC a few hours in. But thank you. I really appreciate everyone hanging out. Hope you had a good time. I certainly did. Who's live? Where are we going? Gigi's on. Danny's on. Let's go there. Once again, welcome into all the new people. We've been having more people interested in getting into like challenge running and turbo nerd shit here in BG3, and that's been super cool to see. So once again, warm welcome. Happy to have you around. And see you tomorrow for co-op, Saturday for more solo. I'm off Sunday. So next days of this stream will be Saturday and Monday. Bye-bye.